comes Thomas Main. No, wasn't able to get it done, but now he's gone for the up and under. He's gone for the switchback manoeuvre. Is he able to tuck into the slipstream, burning the battery here? He's going to have to go for the outside on Lewis McWilliam in towards turn number 3. Look at this late braking manoeuvre from Thomas Main. He's going to keep the car in here for turn number 4. This is how he got the job done on Jack Redmond. This is how he gets the job done on Lewis McWilliam. Thomas Main leads the Australian Grand Prix on lap 21 after making an extra pit stop here. This should be a really good one. We are going to have a rolling start, of course, as Lehan said, on one of the longest straights of any circuit. Just over 1.5 kilometres is the main straight from Panasonic Corner down towards turn number 1. It is, of course, Josh Thompson and Florian Lebigra, both members of Team Redline, who will be starting at the front of this one. We are on board with Verstappen here for the race start. We have 600 brake horsepower plus machines ready to go and roaring to go here at one of Japan's finest racing facilities. Just hold it, the pace car pulls into the pit lane, meaning everything is a-okay. Thompson gets the control, the pace at the front, and now, oh no, bit of a hold again from Thompson, and now we go racing here at Fuji Speedway. Look at the start from Max Verstappen. No, he has to drop back, jump the gun a little bit too early. Reaction times very much on point, but even a little bit too early up the front. Looks like Lebigra is going to try go for the move on Josh Thompson. Bit of a dive as well from Pedro Dean in towards the first corner. There is a car gone wide there as well. I think that is Steinbraten who's gone a little bit wide. Victor Miranda as well looking to battle for this one. Verstappen and Visenje side by side then in towards Coca-Cola corner at turn number 3. Verstappen just gets the move as well. Fabrizio Belziti as well looking to make a move on Caio Gaspar for 7th position. All relatively cleanly here. We have somehow got 34 cars safely through the first sector at Fuji. Kyle Keogh's come back on for Shannis Griffin. This corner's been taken. Oh, that's a thunderbolt! What a shot from Eric Roberts! He's rifled that one into the top right corner. That is a crazy finish here to get the leveller. The blue team love that one. The fans love that one. Rifle it in from the edge of the tee. As there's going to be a booking here for Adam Kelly, the aspiring comedian, who takes off his shirt and is gifted a yellow card. He's not going to give a care in the world. It's the battle for pole. Legend Rosenberg sets on his final run here in qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and the pressure is on him like it's never usually on him here at Monaco. Big sector 1 for Rosenberg in towards Upper Mirabeau, and then in towards the Grand Hotel hairpin. Rotates his Haas car around nicely. Legend. As Thomas Main has crashed it at the final corner of Anthony Nose. That's the Ferrari out of qualifying here in Monaco, invalidated his last effort, but he is now out of qualifying. Rosenberg down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. He has been deemed the king of Monte Carlo on many an occasion here in Formula Virtual Racing. He has multiple 20-plus second wins here, but the pressure is on him to take pole. Oh, look at that. 6/10 of a second in the middle sector. This is not a man, this is a machine round this Monte Carlo circuit. In towards Anthony Nose, where the Belgian made his mistake. Rosenberg is going to set this time that is going to be absolutely unbeatable. From all, Rosenberg to pole by 6, almost 7/10 of a second, and Luke Davies is done on his next run. Rosenberg has turned on the afterburners and has put in the lap when it mattered most. But up the front, it has been an absolute unbelievable performance by this young Dutchman. He has made Marina Bay his own, and there is a new sovereign of Singapore as Rens Thomassen wins the first race of World Online Racing 2024 Crossplay Tier 2. An excellent performance for him. French sim racing outfit Race Clutch has been at the centre of the latest F1 23 cheating scandal. It was speculated by many within the community that 2 of the team's top drivers, Liliane de Herbecourt and Lenny Pepinter, were subject to these allegations. Race Clutch has come under scrutiny in recent days for their reaction, or lack thereof, to the situation, and many league racing fans were wondering if the team would comment on the situation. That is until today, however, where Race Clutch have breached their neutrality, to the situation and posted a statement to their social media. This statement, however,
is a puzzling one, where Race Clutch announced that they have parted ways with F1 Academy and community manager Bart Jr. van de Castile with immediate effect. Race Clutch say the reason for dismissal is that Bart shared confidential information with competing entities. Race Clutch state they wish to emphasise our commitment to respect in all relationships, and we constantly strive to protect our players and our team. Reaction to this news has certainly been one-sided. That in the way of Bart, of course. Many have taken to Twitter to express frustrations to the decision, with highly regarded community members saying that the decision is a joke, unexpected, and the team may have their priorities mixed. Backlash within the team is also evident, and drivers 16 Lindhart and Regards Sportgis have left the organisation in recent hours. Information right now is scarce, however, as always, we will try to bring you precise updates on the situation here on League Racing Report as soon as we can. My name's been Evan Dalton, thank you for listening. Down in towards turn number 1, Flotman tries it, Matteo tries it, Enzo tries it, Zorzo tries it, already cuts off a man on his strike list. Zorzo is up to 6th here on the lead soft tyres. The Spaniard doing all the aggressing here in towards turn number 4, the Repsol corner. It's the Mercedes on the inside, gets the job done on Tales. Zorzo is going for this one and might just win this Grand Prix. To the outside now, heading through turn number 5. He's got another one. This is incredible from the home hero at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. He's now got Matteo in front of him, the championship leader. Surely this is a dive into turn 10 for Zorzo. The soft tyres have been absolutely lit up by this Mercedes machine. Wants the inside line in towards turn number 10. Late braking. He's got another one. Anyone who he sees simply moves out of the way. The seas are parting for the Spanish hero. Ian Van Unen loses the race lead to Flotman. A very clever and crafty pass from Flotman once again. We've seen it once, we've seen it twice. We might see it again because he's going to have to get his elbows out here to the flyer on this safety car race start. Van der Geest past Danielle in the background. But here comes Zorzo into the slipstream. He's not hanging about, wants this immediately, using these soft tyres to the best of his advantage. To the outside of Ian Van Unen goes FVO Zorzo. Tries to hang it round the outside. He's just got so much more grip. There's nothing Van Unen can do. Zorzo is on a charge. Zorzo could win his home Grand Prix. Luke Davies, in an unbelievable fashion, wins his second career Monaco Grand Prix. Luke Davies takes it again in star-studded and dramatic fashion. Here in Interlagos. This is a drive from Skitzer that maybe the man the corners he's heading through it, Senna would be proud of, as he's battling this car on the slicks, in the wet, in the car Senna won his 3 World Championships in. 6 seconds now. Murphy is hounding him down. Rudy's hounding down Murphy as well. Is it even going to be Joe Murphy to take the win if they catch him heading in towards the left-hander? Skitzer 4.2 now. He's starting to get confidence in this McLaren. He's starting to feel good about this maybe. 4.5 now the gap heading in towards Ferradura for the final time. The last lap of the season. One of the best laps of the season. 3.4. There's a visual representation from Joe Murphy now. This is going to be a drag race to the line as they head exiting Yuncao. 2.3, 2.1, 1.9 into the big of the Pato. Look how close this is getting. Is Joe Murphy going to get it? We're almost into the last sector now as they head through Marigulio. Joe Murphy takes the lead in the Brazilian Grand Prix into the final braking zone of the season. The Ferrari exits the final corner. What an unbelievable result this is from Joe Murphy. A tactical masterclass. Skitzer was just 2 corners off. Joe Murphy wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Rudy's worse as he spins round the back. There's an Alpine off, but we enter the final lap here at the Austrian Grand Prix. What a 5th round of proceedings this has been in PSGL, but we'll wait and see how this one plays as they head. It's like Noah's Ark into turn 1. We're 2 by 2 all the way on. Zane in 4th, still has a shot maybe at this one. Noel back up to 5th after a poor race, but here comes Keke up towards turn number 3 of Remus, side by side. We
wheel banging between the two. It's close, but it's fair. Potentially a bit of a lock-up for Mal in towards turn number 3. They're still side by side on exit. Zane standing now side by side with Airpeck behind. Mal looking to try and dive down the inside of the finishman here in towards turn number 4. He breaks as late as humanly possible, but he has Zane on his inside. Mal is losing positions. Zane could still win this one at the dying embers of the Grand Prix. What a masterstroke this would be. His final chances maybe into the final corner of the race. We only have about 2 or 3 corners to go. The Rindt curve and the Red Bull Mobile curve. There's 0.3 of a second between them. The 2 Mercedes powered cars. It's not looking likely as Mal is trying to hold on to the podium on the final lap for the second week in a row. They exit the final corner. Red Bull's party is spoiled at the Red Bull ring. The finishman's not finished, and he wins the Austrian Grand Prix. The F3 champion comes across the line, and he had to work for
the final part of the lap, really. Jason Cooper wants to win this one. Peter Dempsey wants to become the 3rd driver in 3 weeks to take 2 race wins at a round. But let's see what he can do. Can Cooper go for the move that Peter Dempsey made to take the race leader? He's got the run down towards the final couple of corners, heading in towards Druids corner at turn 15. Not quite close enough. Is there going to be a move into towards turn 16 maybe? Keep an eye on Chris Knox here as well. Going to be getting the double slipstream down towards the final corner. Cooper going for the outside now on the last lap here at the second heat at Oulton Park. Cooper on the outside. Dempsey has maybe the quicker inside line. Chris Knox is going to look to take this one as well. It's going to be drag racing to the line. Cooper has got the run, and in the slipstream is he able to take it across the line? Peter Dempsey wins the second heat at Oulton Park. Can you get closer than that, ladies and gentlemen? What an absolute cracking finish.
4, 5 red lights. Who will strike it lucky as we go racing here in Las Vegas? Brilliant start initially from Dirk. Horrible start from Flotman. He's not got away well. The Haas Danielle already looking to thread the needle in towards the first corner and get past the Ferrari. Danielle is into the race lead provisionally, but Macho has the inside line, and there's already a bit of a tank slapper for the Haas. Ian Van Unen going the outside. 3, 4, 5 wide as we head onto Cobble Lane. There's a 5 wide here involving the 2 Mercedes heading down towards the right-hander. 5 into 1 does not go, does 3 just about, and oh, it's a big collision. Both Mercedes involved in it, as well as Flotman on his debut. Flotman had an exceptional qualifying, but Covers and Zorzo have already been involved in an incident as well with the McLaren. Matteo and Ghost Kings were involved in that one as well. It was just a little bit too risky heading in towards the right-hander at Caesars Forum, and they're already down and way out of this one, but I can't imagine it's going to be a green flag race to the end of this one. Braking for the left-hander at turn number 12. They're all still within a second of each other, apart from Max van der Kiest, who was 1.6 off Danielle. That's due to the incident. They just all had to get around it. Your biggest gainer in the opening lap. Gilles Enzo, we said last to first was possible. We didn't really mean it on the first lap, Enzo. He's up 9 positions to 6th. Here comes the main straight here on the Las Vegas Boulevard. This is where the Slipstream Fest will begin. Tala's looking to break up the inside here of the Alpine, and there's already swapping and changing going in towards turn 15. 16's a very tight left-hander, but they've managed to navigate it successfully, and they're all relatively through safely. Man to beat is Gobardi, runs wide in front, makes a mistake. That's just the presence of Davies almost at this point, and the mistakes that he's brought from other drivers. He's not physically destroyed drivers on the circuit many a time this season. He's mentally destroyed them as well from a competitor perspective. He has strung pace out of that car that may not have been in it many a time ago. It takes a lot to beat multiple time league racing champions, and when you come into a season never having won one, it takes something truly special to dethrone greatness. But Luke Davies is going to go for the race lead here in Saudi Arabia, and Luke Davies is going to complete his ultimate goal. The man who has worked for everything he's been given. The man who has fought like there's nothing truly that can stop him. His optimism is off the chart. His greatness is confirmed. Luke Davies is champion of the world. The man who could never do it has done it. The McLaren man is world champion in Formula Virtual Racing. The sweetest melody that could ever be strung from that McLaren car is to have their boy at the top of the standings with that letter C beside it. Finish one spot behind Joe, and that will be enough. We've got to wait until they both reach the line. Joe Murphy going up the inside of Lucas. This is crazy risks to take at this point, but he's got it done because he is such an exceptional driver. He's been known for race management, not necessarily getting his elbows out, but he's got his elbows out and a hell of a lot more here today in Interlagos. Rounding through the final corners, Furious gets way out of shape at the front. Schumacher gets through the final corners successfully. The win has escaped Schumacher on so many times this season, but he's going to bring it home to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. We've just got to keep an eye behind. Joe Murphy's got past Quantum. He's up to fourth spot here in this race. Oh, it was a tie on the line, but what about the championship? Has Ogween done enough on the last lap? Lucas slows down, let Quantum through. Ogween has, he's taken him! I don't believe it! He's put enough in the last few laps, and Ogween is going to win the championship from a penalty count. Death ahead of the McLaren. Here comes Schumacher across the start-finish line. No, he's lost all the time in the final sector. He was 0.3 of a second up, but he couldn't get it done. What about Joe Murphy, the man who stole Niels' first pole last week? Can he do it again here in Saudi Arabia? The championship leader, 25-point advantage in hand. Will he start from the front in Saudi Arabia? He will! What a lap from Joe Murphy to pull it out of the bag. He is inevitable. Does it again. I think it's safe to say Joe will start on pole, Boberton validates, and that is sorted.
Carrying the ball out wide, not too successfully, but it's found Carroll. I have to say, Carroll has been very good for somebody who only found Eddie was playing at about 12 o'clock this morning. Carroll plays the through ball. He finds Monkfish. Monkfish progressing forward. Is this the Reds' chance to get back in? He finds David Simo, and it's played back to Jake Avenue. Tries one. It's gone in the back of the net. A lovely finish. Well worked chance by the red team. It is 1-1 here.
The 100 laps across the yard of bricks today. Starting off with number 3, it's Joran Wellens, who's driving the Team Penske Chevrolet. He has won Indy 250 appearance, and he is representing Belgium as well as the man in the number 6. We're unsure if he's going to make the field today, but Thomas Main is the Belgian representing in the number 6 Ed Carpenter racing machine. Thomas 7 Formula Virtual Racing victories, 17 podiums, and he won one constructor's title. He won that in Season 1 with Scuderia Ferrari. So a team with a lot of history. Ed Carpenter Racing, a team run by Ed Carpenter himself, a lot of history in IndyCar racing. So they'll be looking for a good win. And then in the number 8 Delayan Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet, it is Adrian Teicher, the Canadian, who has spent the last week of his life chilling around the Circuit de la Sarre in Le Mans. So he's got one little taste of Triple Crown action. He's come here racing in the Indy 250 to try and win another Triple Crown race. Adrian with 93 career Formula Virtual Racing points and 75 total entries. This will be his 77th entry into a Formula Virtual race, I believe, and he's looking to make it his first ever career victory. We head down the grid then, and in the number 9 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet, it is the one and only Italian to ever drive in the Indy 250. It is Carlo Giuranti, who has did a couple of F1 races in his time, nothing to note. However, he did lead the opening lap here last year. He started 3rd on the front row of the grid. He led the opening lap, overtaking the pole sitter Jake Scarborough. By Luke Davies, of course. Look, they're grinding to a halt to play the DRS game. They're both barely accelerating out of the final corner because neither of them want to lead. Have you ever seen two racing drivers not want to lead a Grand Prix? They're not even getting out of 5th gear. They're crawling onto the final lap of the race. This is obscene here because neither driver wants to lose the DRS here in the last lap in Las Vegas. Leo Toole gets past as Adrian Tishy's fallen to 6th. Oh, poor Adrian has fallen to 6th, meaning something's gone wrong. Look at this. This is obscene. Luke Davies is in 2nd gear in a corner that's almost in about 4. You've got to speed up. There's more cars in this race than 2. Neither of them want to lead. It's almost at safety car pace here in Formula Virtual Racing. Look at Thomas Main. He didn't want to lead the final lap because he wants the slipstream in the DRS effects. This is the ultimate toy for DRS. This is the ultimate tactical game. And look at this! This is insane! This is the last lap of a season opener, and neither driver wants to lead it! This is crazy! This is madness. Look, Leo Toole has caught about 5 seconds in a matter of corners. Neither driver wants to lead. Luke is holding his ground here, and look at Thomas Main accelerating. This is it. We head on to the final straight here in Las Vegas. The lap neither drivers wanted to lead. Leo Toole is 2.8 seconds behind. Has Thomas Main played it right? He's driven the slowest final lap in Formula Virtual Racing history. Here comes Luke Davies to take the race lead in Las Vegas. He's left it late. He somehow held firm. Thomas Main will have the slipstream to the line. It's a last lap swap here in the season opener. It's the craziest of final laps. He won in season 9 in Miami. He's rounding the final corner to win a second season opener in a row. Miami was good. Las Vegas is great. The runner-up is on top in Formula Virtual Racing as Luke Davies wins the Las Vegas Grand